So, what's all this for? The cat blinked at me so fast, I thought his glasses might slip off his nose.
What is it for?
Well, with all the pools of water and the steam in the air, I'm guessing laundromat.
No, your lack of culture is astounding. This is a bathhouse.
Oh, I didn't know we had any of those in this city. How exotic. So cats come here to sit in water voluntarily.
Well, unlike you, clearly, not all cats wish to lick themselves for hours a day. Some find it very relaxing to unwind in a warm bath. We also act as a neutral location for certain types to meet.
Certain type? Like the Montamues you're on such good terms with?
And others. The establishment is neutral ground. Here, we are all merely cats, even the criminals that pervade our city. Outside allegiances must be left at the door, along with any weapons. Claws are sheathed, and the sharpest things thrown are words. The crime families have been meeting here peacefully for years to discuss points of shared interest.
And the police force doesn't know? The vast eye-roll motion turned the cat's eyes white for a moment.
Of course they know. They even visit now and then. Perhaps they think to get an idea of what's going on with all their favorite families. I like to think of it as a police cat's soap opera, but there are no criminals inside our walls. Just cats, relaxing.
Do you know anything about Duncan's history? He's clearly not all there.
Well, I know nothing about where he came from. He started appearing a year or two ago, but he was at least somewhat lucid then. I could shoo him away with a loud yell. He's become entirely senseless since then. Nothing penetrates his skull anymore. He just stands around, blabbering nonsense.
Well, he's selling milk for someone. Perhaps if we can find out.
I'm sorry. Did something I say give you the impression that I am up for joining an impromptu ragtag band of plucky true crime fans to solve low-effort mysteries in and around the city, armed with a spiral notebook and no prior law enforcement experience? No, there is no we. There is only Cuddles.
And Ramon. I found your card on Edgar's body. That implies to me that he was planning to pay you a visit, or already had.
Yes, he was here. Sauntered in last night, cocky as a prince. A first-time visit for him, but of course I knew who he was. I made one of our private rooms available to him. He was surprisingly polite, up until he dashed out with no warning a short while later and never returned.
He was here yesterday. That must have only been hours before he died. What did he do? Did he speak to anyone? Did he say anything? I'll need immediate access to the room he used. The cat clasped a hand to his chest as if I'd asked him for his firstborn.
Certainly not.
Celestine, this is important. A cat is dead.
And I imagine he'll remain that way indefinitely. Nutter Butter, you are here as a guest, solely at my discretion. If you annoy me, I will toss you out of here faster than you can say, "Do you serve a continental breakfast?" Which we do not.
I just want answers, that's all.
Be that as it may, the room in question is being used by someone already, an actual member. He's had a difficult day, and I won't have you disturbing him.
Celestine, I promise I will do my best to be quiet and not annoy you or anyone else. Just tell me, did Edgar meet with anyone? Keep their identity a secret if you must, but did he?
No. He arrived alone and left alone a short while later in a rush, as I said. Perhaps he forgot something.
In a rush? Might he have left any items behind?
If he did, he would have placed them in his personal locker, but the locks to those are given directly to new members, and each is unique. Even I cannot unlock them.
I'll need a list of the people who were here last night, please.
Oh, certainly. Shall I scent the list with rose water for you? Perhaps add some glitter?
Okay.
That was sarcasm. I am not going to divulge any information about our clients, Nutter Butter. Discretion is our motto.
Really? It's not on your business card or your sign.
thus proving just how discreet we are.
Okay, that's all.
Mr. Nutterbutter, you are not a member here and thus do not have freedom of movement. You may speak to me or... Halt! Non-members are...
Hey, the owner let me into the club, at last.
I'm glad to hear that, friend.
But now he won't let me go investigate the rooms without being a member. Can you help me out, since you're in the private area? I think if you lift your arms, I can balance my feet on your paws and you could lower me down.
Oh dear. Is the owner being brusque?
He is. Do you know him well? Is he always like this?
Sometimes.
It's so annoying. He stands there, all tall and fancy with his spectacles, checking his pocket watch far more frequently than anyone needs to. And all he says when you explain your problem is how you're not a full member, so he doesn't care. Ugh.
Oh, he's not so bad. I'm probably biased after being married to him for 15 years.
So it's quite high up here, and I think the distance may have caused you to mishear some of the things I said.
Relax, friend. Celestine's a wonderful cat, but he's had a difficult day. Our assistant, Edna, didn't show up for work, so we had to do twice the usual work. On top of that, we've been dieting all week. Oh, our reward was supposed to be a delicious dinner tonight, but Duncan showed up and wrecked that plan. So we're both a little tetchy. I'm sure if you come back when he's had time to rest and recover, you two will get along like a building on fire.
I'm sorry, but I can't wait. Edgar Montague was here hours before he died, and I need to know why.
The Montague kid. Yeah, I heard about that. No wonder there was a buzz of activity here today. And you're the unlucky guy that got the case,
Can I ask you about him?
I'm not in the mood to field murder questions through a window, friend.
Could you speak to Celestine for me? It really is important that I investigate the areas Edgar was in.
I'm with Celestine on this one, friend. A dead mobster doesn't bother me. There's plenty more where he came from.
Listen, Bartholomew is not in a good headspace about all this. If I don't find out what happened, he's going to start doing his own digging. Violently. And if he does, a place like this that depends on the illusion of civility from very uncivil cats, it won't last long. There was a languid splashing sound as a heavy body shifted about in the tub below.
Interesting point of view. Might happen. Might not.
But it might.
True.
The splashing continued for a moment. So...
I'm sorry, friend, but no. I sympathize with your goals, I really do. But the establishment's rules are clear, and I won't break them for no reason. If you'd caught me on a day I wasn't dieting, maybe I'd feel more generous. But, alas...
Please help me get into the other rooms. I have to find out what Edgar was doing here.
Sorry, friend. My grumbling stomach has left me grumpy and disinterested.
I guess I'm off. I can open this later when I'm alone. I happen to be in possession of a basket full of really nice food. I think it's more than enough to make up for the dinner you missed and your diet.
Oh, that smell is... But I can't grant you membership just for some food, no matter how delicious it...
There's an entire jar of roast puffin wings.
Did you say roast puffin wings? Oh, the Tastemaster ones? Ooh.
The very same, with cherry sauce and melted cheese on top.
Oh. All right. Lower the basket and you can have my membership card. But don't tell Celestine that I broke my diet.
He even makes you have a membership card?
He's a stickler for the rules. I don't mind. It makes him happy, but never mind that now. Just lower the food.
I found my membership card.
Where did you get that? Now, I remember every single person I've issued one of those cards to, Nutter Butter, and you're definitely not one of them.
Well, I believe the rule is you can only get access with a membership card. And here's my card. See? It says so, right there. Member.
I also noticed that it says Humboldt.
Yeah, that's my middle name. Cuddles Humboldt Nutterbutter the third, Esquire. After all, you never said it had to be my card. Ha-ha!
You are technically correct.
The best sort of correct.
Fine. You may have access to the member areas, but only for tonight. You may not move any items between my rooms, and you may only take what is on your person into the changing rooms. You must wear the correct dress code at all times. You may use locker number 9 for your effects.
The cat smirked triumphantly.
Locker 9 is the one closest to the urinals.
Oh, that's just unnecessary.
Enjoy your visit, Nutterbutter. One more thing. I won't have it said that the establishment treats any member, even a temporary one, poorly. Please take this gift bag. Ugh, I recommend making generous use of its contents. Soon.
The spa bag won't. Oh, free goodies. Let's see. Some scented oil. All right. Neat. I'll keep that. And wait, is that all? Nothing else? Why was this in a bag by itself?
Must I repeat the rules, Nutterbutter? No. If you want to go.
Better pack all my inventory items in here. I feel ridiculous. I'm here, in person. Hello. How's your windows? Remember that?
Hello, friend.
I couldn't help but notice your tattoos. Do they mean something?
These? Oh, yes. These are my graduation tattoos.
Oh, wow. You got all that to celebrate graduation?
Not to celebrate, no. As proof of it. I studied overseas for many years training to be a professional basher. When you graduate, instead of a certificate, you receive these tattoos. It lets others know what you can do and to leave you alone.
That's really interesting. A basher? I met a crusher the other day, but he wore a suit, so I couldn't see his arms. Wonder if he also has tattoos.
Do you mean Tin Vankoyanta? He is a good crusher, but crushing is the path for those without the strength of will to be bashers. True, bashing comes from a place of control and understanding. When you bash, you do not simply hit something. You let it hit you back. You feel it in your soul. Otherwise, you're no better than a smoosher.
The community of melee combatants sounds far more complex than I ever imagined.
Just don't listen to the pro-smooshing propaganda. Smooshers are charlatans. They couldn't smoosh a paper bag.
Thanks for lending me your membership card, but it seems it was for nothing. Edgar's locker is locked, and without the key, not even Celestine can open it apparently. Or is he lying about that?
No, he's right. Each member is issued a unique lock and key that is never duplicated.
He had no key on his body, though, so either someone took it or he didn't have it on him at the time. Do your clients ever leave their keys here?
I'm not going to divulge all of our secrets just because you fed me, friend. Discretion is our motto.
Well, if I can't figure out what's in there, your motto might have to change to "We'll beat cats up for food," because your clients will be too busy gunning one another down in the streets to have time to relax here.
Yes, you mentioned that possibility earlier. I'm curious, friend. Why so much effort for this kid? Did you know him?
I had no idea he existed before the chief pulled me into this case. But the police won't touch things because of who he was, so I feel that I have to.
Why? He was just another criminal who paid for his mistakes, was he not?
Maybe I'll know for sure when I've unraveled this whole thing. For now, my active investigation is keeping Bartholomew from hunting down anyone he feels is responsible. The city has enough problems. We need to put in the work if we want it to get better. Nobody will do it for us.
Interesting. He said a similar thing.
Who?
Edgar. Last night.
You spoke to him when he was here? What did he say? Please, I need to know.
Not much. He was in a rush to leave, which I thought was rude since he'd only just arrived. He said he'd lost something and he had to go fetch it, but he would be back. But he asked me to keep something for him.
Oh, please say it was his key.
His key, yes. And that was strange because if he was just going to fetch something, he should have just taken it with him. But there was something in his expression, so I pressed him a little. He looked really worried, like he was being hunted. But all he told me was that he was just trying to change things in the city, and that nobody else could do it, only him. He forced his key on me and said it was just in case, and left, and never came back.
Humboldt, I need you to give me that key. I have to know what Edgar put in his locker.
Oh, Celestine won't like it if I...
Celestine doesn't like anything except maintaining the status quo with all his annoying rules. I'm sorry, I know he's your husband, but he doesn't care what happened to Edgar. But you do, Humboldt. Whatever Edgar was trying to do, he seemed to know it had put him in danger, and he was clearly right. He left that key with you to keep something safe. Whatever it is, I'll bet it's why he was killed. And that means I need to get my paws on it to figure out how to solve this case.
I can't just give it to you, friend. We have rules.
A trade, then. Like before, I bring you something, and hey, maybe when I get back, I just happen to find the key that Edgar, dropped. Edgar thought he was the only one who could do whatever he was going to do. Well, he's gone. So if anyone else has a chance of doing it, it's me, but only with that key.
Well, I do feel quite full after that meal, and this tub is warm. Perhaps if I had something to make me even more relaxed, I might doze off and drop anything I'm holding.
Oh, wink, wink.
And if someone were to pick up whatever I dropped...
Wink, wink.
Repeatedly saying wink, wink out loud is rather ruining the effect, friend. Regardless, you're not going to be able to just walk out with it. There are metal detectors on all the doors for security.
I guess I'm up. That feels much better. Briefcase time again. A collection of tomes, volumes, and encyclopedias. Never know when you might need a recipe book. A collection of recipes for alcoholic drinks. The Paintstripper sounds pretty interesting. I can't use this on its own. I can't just throw that at... Here goes. Oh, hey, something dropped in the tray. Honey-flavored milk? I carry enough disdain for him without adding the poster to the pile. Hey, this turned red. I guess my mood changed. Alfonso, makes me so angry. A mug full of oil. Yummy. Oh no, the honey's mixing with the oil, but the milk's just floating on top. That's disgusting. There's probably a metaphor in this about letting your anger dissolve away or something. It literally... Your time has come, Billy. Hey, let's see if you can bring order to this disgusting mess. I mean, I guess that smells marginally better, but I'm definitely not drinking that. Oh, Superstorm is gone. Must have gone back to Pepe. I'm not drinking that. The mixture changed color, darkening from a loud but only tipsy red to a deep sloshed and smashing a bottle open on the bar purple. And now it smells like a truck stop. I guess the moral of the story is, if you're offered a drink in Karsten, turn it down. I've got to be really careful. Paintstripper, huh? Time to put that to the test. Ramon, I think I found something on the wall outside Meowie's shop. The same symbol that was on the bag of nip I found on Edgar. I think Cosmo's been a naughty kitten. I don't suppose you know anything about the oricatos on the wall outside.
What? How did you? Oh, that's not there anymore.
Cosmo, I got news for you, bud. Slapping a poster over something doesn't make it vanish, especially a symbol used to subtly advertise drug sales. Which makes me think, gosh, if I was selling illegal drugs, I might put a symbol like that outside to let people know where they could buy some.
No way. I'm out of that life, I swear. I told him.
Told whom? Cosmo, you're not the only one afraid of criminal cats. I've got Bartholomew Montemue on my back. I see you know the name.
Whoa. Bartholomew sent you? Please don't kill me. Please don't kill me. Please don't kill me.
Customer? Cosmo? Everything all right over there?
Sure is, Meowie. What's that, Cosmo? You got the city's widest selection of cat kiss medallions at prices so low they're doing the limbo? Wow, I'm thrilled. Just tell me more, but in a much calmer and lower tone of voice, all right, Cosmo? Thanks.
Oh, please, I don't want to die.
I'm not here to hurt you, Cosmo. If you tell me what you know, I promise I won't tell anyone that we spoke. I want the truth, but I want all of it.
Okay.
I assume you've also had a run-in with the Montemues.
A cat came in one night months ago and Meowie wasn't here, okay? I thought he was a customer, but then he started talking. He said his name was Edgar Montemue. The way he spoke, the look in his eyes, he scared me, guy. I was really frightened of him and his eyes.
I've met his father. I think I understand.
He was so angry. Said that I sold his friend some nip that killed him. Said that if I didn't stop, he'd make sure nobody ever saw me again.
Did you sell nip to his friend? I mean?
Yeah, but like you can't die from nip, guy. Must have been something else he took. I don't know.
Which you also sold him, I'm assuming.
I wasn't his boss, alright? I just sold him what he asked for, a little nip, little cash, it's alright. And I stopped after Edgar's business. I stopped after Edgar's visit, I swear. I covered up the avocados. I told everyone to stop coming here. I said, you guys, stop it. Stop coming here. And I never sold another bag of nothing to no one, man.
You practically shut down when I showed you the seeds. Why?
I don't know where you got this, guy, but that's what they make fluff from. You shouldn't be carrying those around.
What's fluff?
Oh, guy, fluff is like super nip. Kinda, not really, but like kinda, but like way more addictive, much more, way bigger high. But man, it does bad stuff to you. It does bad stuff to you.
Oh, but you sold it anyway, right? Because that's not your problem.
I'm sorry that I had to do bad things to make a living, guy. Fluff sells for a lot more than nip, and I needed it to make food and rent, pay for my cable bill that I have. Next time, I'll just starve on the streets. How about that?
Okay, so but why would any of this lead to you ending up in a small, dark room in Le Boule de Poix? I went there. It's just some uptight performers. Well, Scarlett's not that bad, I guess, but Tybald's? Oh, he's a bore.
Not that bad? How do you... you don't know, do you? Guy, for a PI, you're really not well informed. Scarlett is Scarlett Evangeline Capulet, matriarch of the biggest crime family next to the Montamues. The theater is just a cover, my guy.
Capulet?
Now he gets it. You've been living in a box, guy. The Capulets control nip in this city. Nobody sells without their approval. Cross them and throat cut yours open, dead cat. Edgar acted like he was pretty sure the Capulets would listen to him if he went to them and tattled on me. I wasn't gonna take the chance, okay?
You presumably had Capulet approval to sell if they have as tight a grip on the drug trade as you claim. Why were you still scared of Edgar telling on you?
The nip wasn't the problem, guys. It's the fluff. It's not theirs. I don't know who makes it, but I doubt the Capulets appreciate the competition. It was a risk, but the money was too good.
If the fluff wasn't supplied by the Capulets, where'd you get it?
I knew a guy who knew a guy. He got me hooked up with passwords and drop locations and a great discount on groceries. But just before I quit selling, he disappeared. Now, I didn't have time to find out who, why, before I cut off my connections, but I heard rumors he showed up at the train tracks. Dead on them. He died on the tracks. That's right.
Just before, so maybe Edgar...
I don't wanna know.
And you think that if the Capulets found out you sold fluff...
Cosmo disappears, too. Throat cut sound.
Edgar had nip and fluff seeds on him when he died, yet he threatened you about selling both?
I don't know, guy. All I know is if you're gonna be taking on the Capulets and you wanna keep your claws, don't mention fluff.
Claws? What have you heard? Do the Capulets have declawing technology? Tell me everything you know.
What? I don't know. I should turn phrase, guy. Cucumbers. This is such a mess. My nerves. I'm out, man. I'm done. I'm capiche. I'm kaput. And whatever the words, I'm zilch. I'm nil. I just hit myself in the face.
What are you gonna do?
Move, man. Far away from the Capulets and the Montamues. Oh man, no, God, this disguise is getting really itchy anyway. I got so much itch. Here, you don't want this headpiece? You take this headpiece. I hate this headpiece. It doesn't look good on me. It makes my head look fat anyway. Maui? Maui? Ah, quit. Maui, I quit. Quit. Quit.
Goodbye, cat I've never seen before.
Meowie, there's something outside your shop.
That's right, customer. It's a sign. Shops use signs, as we call them, to tell customers what the name of the shop is. They use their sharp cat eyesight to read the name right off of it. Amazing.
No, I meant the oricatos painted on the wall.
Oh, those darn kids. They love to graffiti things around here. I'll get it cleaned up soon, customer. Purr.
Okay, never mind. I haven't seen a raccoon in Meow Meow Furrington in ages.
Me neither, customer. Purr.
But you are one?
I? Meowie? A raccoon? We do have a good time here at Meowie's, don't we, customer? How can I be a raccoon? Look at my shirt.
I love being a cat. Well, I mean, does that prove anything, though?
And I purr constantly. Purr! See? I just did it. Plus, I'm called Meowie, a common and popular cat name, given to me by my parents, Mr. and Mrs. Real Cat.
You have a lot of feline stuff going on. I'm not denying that.
Then it's settled. We're Meowie the cat and Mr. Customer the other cat. Two cats, living life in the cattiest city in the world. Purr. Meow. Scrunk.
Sorry, was that skronk at the end?
Yes, the noise two cats make when they have a deep understanding of the fact that they're both cats and are deeply satisfied with the fact. Skronk!
Skronk to you too, then. Meowie, skronk. Talk later, Meowie. It won't fit nice. Meowie, I've brought this for your historical exchange program.
Oh, customer, you pull my whiskers and tweak my tail with that assertion. This is no artifact. It is Cosmo's colorful headwear, with hair included, apparently. Odd. He'll be wanting that back. Cosmo, we found your hideous headwear. Cosmo? Now where is he gotten to?
But, you see, Cosmo is not who you think he is.
Oh, he's not a cat?
Well, obviously he's a cat, Meowie. We're all... never mind. I mean that he is actually a prince.
A prince? I am intrigued, customer. A prince of where?
Of here, Meow Meow Furrington. He's the secret heir to King Leopold.
Do you mean to tell me that Leopold's only son, the weeks-old kitten Llewellyn Leopold, somehow survived the siege of Old Furrington by the 9 Lions 400 years ago? Despite the many corroborating accounts confirming his demise, including a painting gruesomely titled Dead Royal Kitten with Tulips, and escaped to found a secret royal dynasty that has remained hidden until this very day?
Yes?
Remarkable! How did Llewellyn escape, customer? I must know!
Oh, wasps! They picked him up and... Whoa! Zzz, right?
Stunning! And thus returned the Leopolds in the form of Cosmo, a hitherto unknown and awkward employee of Maui's Emporium, now revealed to be our one true king. Purr!
Yes, all of that! And now our prince has left to find a castle, yes, and where he can put on the Leopold crown and become our new cat king, Skronk.
I am astounded, customer. Cosmo, royalty in hiding? All this time? I would have sworn he was nothing but a disinterested assistant. Purr. I once asked him to restock something, and he just sat down and said he couldn't because he was sick with don't-care-itis.
He is indeed a masterful actor, as are all the royals.
This absolutely deserves the self-foaming fur cleaner from the exchange bin customer. Purr.
I guess you're mine now. I'm back.
Bonjour.
You didn't mention before that your surname is Capulet. Her gaze did not falter, but she lifted her head a little, giving her an arch look.
Should I have Chaton? I must have missed the memo. Perhaps I can get a bandana to wear with my name on it? Scarlett Evangeline Capulet. Could be quite fetching. Little flowers braided in.
I wasn't trying to be funny.
That is good. Dressing correctly is no laughing matter.
Do you mind? This is serious.
Oh, I was led to believe you are a fan of comedy, Chaton. Am I not what you expected? I can be more like a Montague, if you like. Grrr, grrr, threats on your life, looming presence. Go!
Yes, I know what Bartholomew is like, but I'm here to discuss you, not him.
Could have fooled me, Chaton. But if you wanted my signature, you should have just said,
And if I wanted nip?
I can probably manage a nibble.
A nibble of some nip.
Oh, very clever. Yes, I see what you did there, Lieutenant Segway. Of course, nip is inhaled, not eaten, but it's fine. Points for trying.
I wouldn't know. I've never tried it.
Believe me, that's painfully clear. You're standing there like someone shoved Oscar's supporting stick up the back of your shirt. A little nip would help you relax, Chaton. Give you some perspective.
You're intimately familiar with the drug, naturally.
I'm an actor, Chaton. We do not demonize everything in life that can bring people joy. Unlike your profession, people in mine embrace life and everything it has to offer. Nip is not evil, Chaton. Nip is a gift. Or, if you prefer, a formal approach. A tool.
You're projecting an exceptionally relaxed attitude. Does that casualness extend to your personal security? You were remarkably easy to reach for a crime boss.
A crime boss? Oh, but that does sound grand. Ordering the crime around. Go there, crime. Climb that tree. Wave at all the people. Is that what crime bosses do?
You tell me. She shrugged carelessly, blinking slowly at me under long eyelashes.
It is you who named me such Chaton. I am a theatre owner. Everything in La Boule de Poil is above board. I do not need guards and fences. Besides, even if I was the sort of person you claim, I would not lean towards bombast and threats like the Montamues. I have standards.
Say whatever you like. My source was clear. You run the Meow Meow Furrington drug trade. But I can tell that's not something that matters to you. You're toying with me like you toy with the lives of everyone in Meow Meow Furrington. You don't see cats, you see targets. Where would the city be today if it wasn't constantly fighting you off like an infection? How many lives has your nip ruined?
Your source. Does he wear a smart suit and growl a lot?
She dismissed the rest of what I said with a flick of her hair.
And you make that word sound so substantial. Ruined. I must have missed that headline. Nipbag breaks into Cat's house and forces itself down his nose. No, Chaton. Nip doesn't ruin anything. Cats are quite capable of ruining their own lives. They'll simply pick the most fun way of getting there. If I was involved with Nip, I would just take advantage of that fact.
Of course, it's not your fault that you choose to make Nip available. Not your fault you get people addicted to it. And I guess it's not your fault Edgar Montague died either. He ruined his own life by your reasoning. I think she would have looked less shocked if I'd stabbed her without warning. The apparent honesty of that response almost had me writing her off there and then, but she was an actor.
If you think my demeanor gives you license to accuse me of heinous acts, you have made a very big error in judgment. I don't surround myself with tactless crushers like that tinkle thug Barty employs, but I have my people.
We aren't done here.
I disagree. You are fun for a bit, Chaton, but if you don't want your face to meet some very large feet, you should leave.
Would a bubble bath relax you?
Oh, I love nothing as much as dozing off in a foamy tub. Oh. Mm.
Must I repeat? If you want to...
In you go, item friend. I feel ridiculous. If you're not Edgar's locker key, I'll eat my towel. Quietly open this up there. It's empty. I can use this on... I can put the key in here, but that doesn't directly help me get it out of the room. No sense in hiding this thing on me. I'll store this here for now. Despite my... That feels my... Let me grab... I can pull the... This should slither down. Better pack all my... I... If you're not... I can use this on a lock. Hooks on perfectly. Maybe I can... no, or maybe... That feels my... Briefcase? No metal detectors on your piping, Celestine. Oh, tisk tisk. Well, that was a bit of a journey, but now... What did you go to such lengths to stash in here, Edgar? A photograph of... Oh, cucumbers! Is that Mousezilla? Dealing drugs? It can't be. Oh, Pepe was right. I don't believe it. Edgar thought this was important enough to hide here, and then died. Was someone looking for this? Why? Yet another piece of evidence tying Edgar to the drug underworld, though. A photograph of a Mousezilla-shaped figure doing what must be a drug deal. I think you'll find this photo interesting. I know I did. She barely glanced at the photo.
I do not care about the big mice. Did I not warn you about leaving, Chaton? It will be a shame to flatten that pretty face. But in the acting business, one cannot make empty threats.
Oh, more threats. Delicious. Let me add it to the pile. I'm accumulating quite a collection lately, it would seem.
Are those fangs all of a sudden, Chaton? So shiny. Did Bartholomew tell you to show them to me if I didn't melt in the face of his lab cat's words?
Bartholomew didn't send me.
I thought you only told the odd fib, Chaton. Yet here you are, spouting enormous, juicy falsehoods.
Okay, look. This isn't an excuse, but I was tired, frustrated. I felt like I'd been solving everyone's problems except my own. Getting the runaround from Scarlet wasn't doing anything to help the situation. It wasn't a smart move, but I was so sure. Fine. Do I need to be the one to lay it out? Then gladly. All the hard evidence in this case points to a drug connection. Nip on Edgar's body, fluff seeds on his clothing. He has a photo of a drug deal hidden away. When his best friend dies of an overdose, he's so angry that he finds the dealer and threatens his life. And then, poof, he vanishes for months. Nobody sees him around. Nobody hears from him. What, is he mourning for his friend or doing something else? Out of the blue, he turns up again at his father's club, chipper as can be. Everyone says he seemed really upbeat, like something good has happened. Someone claims to see him chatting to a large, mysterious type. Very large. I bet he has really big feet. Edgar doesn't stay long at the Nitty Kitty. He leaves, and he goes to the establishment for the first time ever. She looked shocked. I felt sure I had her and pressed my advantage. He tells Celestine he has a meeting, but he leaves almost as soon as he arrives, leaving only this photo in his secure locker. One of the safest locations in the city, as I'm sure he knew. He goes back to the Nitty Kitty, apparently accompanied by the big cat from earlier, arguing. What about? Well, a few hours later, he's dead, with a nip bag in his paw. So probably not about which flavor of tea is best. Okay, here's what I think, Scarlet. Edgar was upset and angry about what Nip did to his friend, except he finds out his friend was off Nip by then and had moved to Fluff. But nobody knows who's making that, right? Well, Edgar did. He had Fluff seeds on his body, not Fluff itself. Those months he vanished, I think he used them to trace the people making Fluff. I think he found out where it's being made, and I don't think you could let that information get out. I think the nip on his body was just a bold red herring from you. You see, Scarlet, I think Fluff is yours. What do marketing people call it? Marketing segmentation. Nip is entry level, right? And Fluff, that's the upgrade. Keep supply low and make it seem exclusive. Charge 10 times the price. You don't tolerate competition, naturally, except from yourself. Who was Edgar going to meet at the establishment? I wonder. Someone with the power to take you down, if they had the truth? Was that your thug at the Nitty Kitty that night? Trying to convince him not to do something stupid? And when he didn't listen, you rolled out the big guns. The photo is the key. Mousezilla selling drugs in a secret location. Mousezilla who doesn't exist, who can't exist unless he does. You made him in a lab. Just like Pepe said, you are the thems, and he is the terrible enforcer of your monstrous whims. He sells your fluff and silences anyone that tries to stop you. When you found out that Edgar had exposed you, Mousezilla killed him for you, J'accuse! I paused, panting a little, but satisfied. I was more certain of everything I'd just said than I'd been of anything in my life. She was silent as death for a moment. which was enough time for my brain to remind me that I'd just accused a crime lord of murder, with nothing but 4 walls and a die recorder to witness what might happen next.
These accusations, the biggest pile of cucumber slices I've heard in my life. And you, the craven insult. He sent a buffoon, a clown, to mock me. Does he think I do not see? Does he imagine this will go unanswered?
What? Who?
Bartholomew! You and he have met many times since the murder. I know. You speak in his voice. Le Fartoche. He pulls your strings, and you lie on command. You're his errant cat now, sent to deliver an ultimatum, and it does not matter what I say, because he has already judged me.
Her response caught me off balance, I won't lie. She was ignoring everything I'd said and focusing on Bartholomew. She could have been deflecting, but there was an honesty to her passion that was undeniable, even if she was totally wrong. I told you I don't work for him.
Lies. You stink of him. Collect your cards, Poupette, and scuttle home. Tell that despicable cat that it is time for him to pay for what he did and what he made me do. There's no longer room for both of us in the Miami of Farrington. Le griffe de la carte sans sortie.
I don't speak Absalon, but the fury in her voice made the intent clear. Hey, now, hang on. Okay, just wait. Nobody needs to start any wars over this. I'm not here on behalf of Bartholomew, all right? We didn't meet. He forced his way into my office and he threatened me, and I stood up to him, I'll have you know, despite the declawing machine.
More lies. He manipulates and uses. He thinks I killed Edgar, and he sent you to...
He doesn't.
What?
He refused to believe it. He didn't even entertain the option that you did it. But I'm not blinded by whatever history you two share. I think the evidence speaks for itself, and I think it implicates you.
You truly think I make fluff? I loathe fluff, Chaton. It is bad for business, bad for cats, and bad for the city. Yes, the real addicts will buy anything they can get their hands on at any price. But that is not sustainable. There's too few of them. I want the tired house cats, the busy executives, the cats who just want something to make a day a little shorter. They're not addicts. They just need a pick-me-up sometimes when the coffee isn't working anymore. What could be more normal? Those are the sort of cats that will get scared and stop buying if they hear there's something that's hurting people. And word is starting to spread.
That's not enough to make me believe you or trust you.
I do not trust you either, Chaton. You are unknown. You can be manipulated, and I do not trust Bartholomew. He is a manipulator. He will make you believe what he wants. I know he will, and I think he already has.
And yet, the evidence is stacked against you, not him.
The evidence you have.
What does that mean?
Edgar was supposed to meet me at the establishment on the night he died. He said he had something to show me, but he never arrived. Or so I thought.
You were in contact with Edgar for how long? Did Bartholomew know? Why? I mean, you could have mentioned this sooner.
Do you now believe that I did not kill him?
Well, you realize I can't just take you at your word.
And yet, your word is sufficient to indict me? We have a problem, Chaton. Mutual distrust. You think I'm involved in this? And I don't trust that you're not working for Barthé. An impasse. But I have the solution. Bartholomew inadvertently has proof of my innocence in the safe in his office. Go and find it.
Oh, in his safe. Yeah, you want me to break into Bartholomew's office, the one in his club? Don't be ridiculous, Scarlett. I'm not a criminal.
Oh, you have been busy, Chaton. My people have asked around the places you have been. You aren't nearly as subtle as you may think. Arson at the establishment?
That wasn't arson. The blanket lied to me. It said inflammable.
Cake fraud?
It's not fraud if you're helping a friend.
Poisoning a police officer?
Okay, look, you'll be fine. I needed to get Fuzzball away from the body, and honestly, if you knew Krakowski, you'd probably agree that what I did was...
Stealing evidence? Lying about historical artifacts? Licking things?
Actually, licking things isn't a crime. I checked.
Regardless, I know how your kind operates, Chaton. You draw a line in the sand and say, oh, this is us, and that is you, good and bad. And when the water comes and washes the line away, you redraw it, but closer this time. Again and again. And by the end, we stand face to face, but you still claim that you are not us.
I don't break rules just to make money and gather power. I do it to help people. I am not like you.
And I am not who you say I am. You have no idea what you're saying. And I will not let you soil my name with these lies. Go to Bartholomew's office. Take a careful look at the items you will find in his safe. That will prove my innocence.
Oh, if I'm really working with Bartholomew, couldn't he just tell me what's in there?
Never. The items in there are his most treasured possessions. The last artifacts of his old life. He would never tell anyone what they are, let alone allow you to touch them.
Convenient. But still, even if I had it in my head to indulge you, it's impossible. Tinkle would see me instantly and I'd have no way of activating the elevator to Bartholomew's office.
Au contraire, the club is deserted. Edgar's funeral is tonight. You will be able to move freely. As for the elevator, I have had this for a while, just in case I ever needed to leave a personal message in his office. You may use it to poke around as you wish, but I remind you, I'm giving you this to prove my innocence, first and foremost. I have nothing more to say to you now. Find evidence of my innocence in Bartholomew's safe.
Securely. I need to use this on. Pepe, I completely forgot to give this back. Well, it's deserted. Like Scarlett said. Pity she didn't mention how to get in the first place, though.